Welcome on board to the Meta Instincts channel. This video will cover setting up the best blazing and drowning ship and some exciting news about Packsify. Blazing and drowning have some similarities, as they both inflict damage over time. In most cases, they can be mixed in a ship, creating a powerful combination. However, some players choose to separate them into two separate ships, one focused on blazing attacks and the other on drowning attacks. This approach is not optimal, as combining the best aspects of both types of attacks will result in a more potent lineup. Let's begin the discussion by introducing the heroes. There are 5 heroes from the Blazing family: Lester, Tanaka, Ned, Zola, and Will, but only 2 of them are legendary heroes. Similarly, the Drowning family has 4 heroes: Barnacle, Eileen, Adeline, and Mad Dog, but only 2 are legendary. We have 3 options for the captain position: Lester, Barnacle, and Zola. Zola is the only rare hero among them, but she is not a good pick due to weaker attributes and low damaging skill. Her active skill can only deal with 128% of her attacks, about half of what Lester can inflict. Lester has more upfront damage from the active skill than Barnacle, dealing up to 226% of attacks on up to 3 ships, while Barnacle deals up to 88% on up to 3 ships. Meanwhile, Lester can apply 1 to 3 stacks of burning on the target ships, while Barnacle applies 2 stacks of taking on water. Although both are damage over time, they deal different damage. Taking on water can deal up to 100% of attacks over 5 seconds, while burning can deal up to 80% over 8 seconds. In comparison, taking on water can cause higher total damage. If we sum up the damage, Lester's active skill can deal with attacks from 306% to 466%, while Barnacle can deal with attacks up to 288%. Lester has a much superior damage output than Barnacle from the active skill. We have 3 options for the first mate position: Tanaka, Will, and Eileen. Tanaka is the only legendary hero with better attributes and skills than Will and Eileen. His active skill can inflict up to 130% of the attack on 5 ships. Will's active skill can deal up to 286% of attacks, but he can only target a single ship. Eileen is the least favorable choice because her active skill targets the 3 ships with the highest remaining HP, contrary to the strategic approach of first eliminating the ship with the lowest HP. Therefore, Tanaka is the best choice for the first mate position. Tanaka is an S2 hero and can only be obtained using the Himconk. We can get him from the guarantee draw using 80 Himconk, which may cost over $300 from the Himconk bundles, but we can get them for only $225. Thanks to the sponsor of this video, Packsify. Packsify is a Discord community with over 10,000 members that saved players over $4.1 million over the last 3 years. And guess what? They're launching an app that makes getting discounts effortless. When it comes out, it will be the first specialized app for discounts, and the Packsify team has prepared a little something for our community to celebrate. If you join through the link in the description, you automatically get a chance to win $1,000 in packs in their big birthday contest. All you have to do is click the link below to join the waiting list and the Packsify Discord server, and you could walk away with $1,000 worth of packs. Only new members who sign up through this link qualify for the contest, so your chances of winning the prize are pretty good. Hurry up because the winner will be announced on May 10th. Link in the description. Thank you, Packsify, for sponsoring this video. On the gunner position, we have Ned, Adeline, and Mad Dog. Adeline is the only legendary hero. His attributes and skills are better than Ned and Mad Dog. Ned and Mad Dog can only target a single ship from their active skill, dealing up to 216% and 191% of attacks, respectively. Their damage isn't significant if we compare them with cutthroat heroes such as Luna, who deals with up to 416% of attacks on 1 ship. Adeline is an outstanding seasoned hero. She deals with up to 328% of attacks on 3 ships, the highest of the families. At the same time, her third skill will deal with another 90% of attacks to 5 ships when the active skill is cast. In summary, the best combo would be Lester as the captain, Tanaka as the first mate, and Adeline as the gunner. Ship. Stormbringer is better than Crimson Sentinel because we can build it and stand a chance to get a legendary quality ship. Legendary ships have a better attribute than epic, and we can further enhance them. If you haven't learned about the ship build, you can watch this video from the link in the description. Ship parts. Blade of Freedom, Burning Crown, and Rupture of the Abyss are the available options. Blade of Freedom is a general set suitable for any damage type. It increases the impact and attack of the ship by 15% and 18%, respectively. Burning Crown set increases the blazing damage by 10% and reduces the target ship damage under your burning stack by 10%. This set is a mix of offensive and defensive because your fleet will inflict 10% more damage and receive 10% less damage. Rupture of the Abyss set increases the drowning damage by 10% and makes the target ships under your taking on water effect take an additional 10% damage. This set is like a 20% increase in damage output. However, Rupture of the Abyss might not be suitable for this build because we only have one hero who deals with taking on water. Unlike other drowning heroes, Adeline can only inflict taking on water with up to 30% probability rather than a guaranteed cast. Therefore, this build hardly triggers the second effect of Rupture of the Abyss. Since this build consists of blazing and drowning heroes, Blade of Freedom would be a better option because it enhances all the heroes' attacks. Trinkets. The Drifting Wanderer is a powerful trinket that is perfect for Tanaka. It boosts the ship's blazing damage by 36%, and once your ship has inflicted the burning effect 15 times, it will deal 350% attacks to up to 5 ships. This trinket is highly recommended for Tanaka. On the other hand, the Blood Fang is a special trinket for Adeline. It increases the ship's drowning damage by 36%, and if you damage enemies under the taking on water effect, they will receive an additional 45% drowning damage. However, this trinket may be less effective for this build because Adeline rarely inflicts the taking on water effect. In that case, the Chain of Bombs is a better fit for Adeline, and it's also suitable for Lester and Tanaka if you don't have their unique trinkets. If you don't have any of the above trinkets, a Vulcan crossbow is a good alternative. Alright, is the end of the sharing today. Please subscribe and stay tuned. I'm Alan from Meta Instincts. See you soon.